chat, I have a little indicator that goes off. I'm like, oh, Alan's on. Better get in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, that's
prove it. Because what about the other Discord calls that I go in that aren't this one? You know.
So I don't know if you know this, but anytime you're talking to anyone on Discord, it's always me.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, you really are. You're just my best friend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because you make me feel less lonely. Like I have more friends, when in reality, it's actually just you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just me. And you know what? It's perfect because like you can't see any faces or anything, right? So yeah, I go around and I make sure that you're not lonely by pretending to be a bunch of different people.
Yeah, just wait till Avery pulls off the mask and it's actually just you under there.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a lot of clones running around. Everyone you've ever known it's just been me.
That sounds like a fun concept for something.
Yeah, like your twin brother, also me.
That checks out. He's done some pretty crazy twin brother things. So that he's just an antagonist type of person.
Yeah, I thought that all the me's surrounding you couldn't be positive, because then it wouldn't be convincing. You gotta have some negative experiences.
Oh yeah, I was gonna write an ad roll for Matt, and all I have written down. This was when I was at the Taco Bell drive-thru earlier today. It just says parole officer tracker.
Parole officer tracker.
What if we just have Matt spit from the dome? Like, what if we just have him give an ad about that? I think he could do it.
You know what? Matt is a very capable man. I mean, he's a man of many talents. I think he could do it.
Yeah. No, I every night, I lay awake and just think, what would the world be like if he actually got to be Adam A. Walmart? Like, where would he take the character? Where would he take the series as a whole?
You would have won an Oscar. Even though you didn't submit it, they'd be like, "Hey, have you seen this shit?" Here you go, man.
Mr. Jamaica, Mr. Jangle Macums.
We got Magic here. Who cares?
Who cares?
I know. Oh, I'm gonna text Matt. Text Matt's mom instead. Be like, hey, can you tell Matt down on Discord?
Yeah, can Matt come out to play today?
Come out to play?
Yeah, what are we gonna do at a podcast with just you and me? Like, we've already done that. We've done that already, and how much fun could we possibly have?
Oh, man. You know what? I don't know if you know this, Alan, but secretly,
Secretly, you're also Matt, right?
Yeah. Secretly, I am Matt. I'm everyone. Yeah, literally everyone that isn't you is me. So that also means, by proxy, you are gay. Sorry to sort of break it to you this way.
No, because if you identify as female in those situations. No, I don't. Actually,
no, I don't.
I'm doing it purely out of spite to trick you.
Yeah,
that's the part I get off on.
Yeah, just like
you've never made a girl come, Alan. It's actually just been me laughing.
Yeah. Me laughing, and you know what? I have this condition.
Don't you want to get off with me?
I'm so close. I texted him, but you know what? Who knows if he'll join? That wacky guy could be doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he might be staging a coup in a foreign nation right now.
Yeah, he was a part of the Iran-Contra controversy.
I don't know what that is. You should refresh my memory.
Yeah. So, we were selling drugs, or the U.S. military was selling. It was, I think, I don't remember what was happening first. Either the U.S. military was selling drugs. No, they're selling missiles, like weapons, to Iran to fund coups in South America. If I remember right, there's a 50-50 chance I'm wrong on that.
I mean, that sounds like something the U.S. does. I've seen the pictures of the U.S. Army dudes hanging out and guarding those opium fields that the children are working in. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, they want to make sure the children are safe, you know?
Yeah, and the heroin. They want to make sure the heroin's safe, too.
Delicious heroin.
I was supposed to go watch the Deadpool movie today, but I had too much stuff happen. I have this story I'm like dying to tell, but I don't know if Matt's going to show up.
Matt said he's hopping on now.
Yeah, cool. Well, he's going to get bombarded. We're going to get his intro out of the way, and I'm going to be like, okay, time to talk about me.
Oh, dude. No way. Alan episode.
Actually, I'm the guest. Oh, holy shit.
There he is.
Yo, what the fuck?
How's it going, Alan?
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jagamagams. Okay.
Hi, that's me.
Hey.
Is that better?
Dr. Jagamagams. Yeah, that's better.
That is
cool.
better.
Cool, let's go. Hi, I'm here.
So, Matt, Alan was just saying that he is going to talk the entire episode, and we're going to sit here and listen.
Okay, and add in some color commentary and be like,
no. We're to be seen, not heard.
Seen? All right.
Yeah, that was a big thing that happened the last episode. You saw that clip that I posted, right, Will?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Will screaming at me on my own
podcast,
screaming at me. He told me.
Was that the OJ one?
Yeah. Oh,
okay, yeah.
He was telling me that I was telling OJ to kill himself, and I told him that he has no evidence of that.
Yeah, I was there too, though, so I kind of witnessed the whole thing.
Dude, I mean, that makes you guilty by association. You're an accomplice. Yeah, if I would have done it, you would be an accomplice and also be seeing jail time. But just as easily, you could have been the one that did it, and I could have been the accomplice. And honestly, I think I'm closer to a lawyer than you are at this very moment, so I may as well, figure something out.
Like closer geographically, or closer to being a lawyer?
You're closer to being one, but I'm closer geographically to one. So, yeah, I think that's how it works. If you
who can get to a lawyer first?
Yeah, if you admit first, if you say, I was at this point with it, then they're always going to go for yours because you only came out to say something because I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it's kind of like, if you, your sibling is going to tell on you, right? And then you got to tell on them back. So you got to, run to your mom. And then you cough into the mic. And then you, no, it was him, he did, I didn't do it. You kind of, do, one of those numbers.
It's like the deal's okay, well, if I'm going to get in trouble, let me tell mom first. And then you go and tell her. It was it's still Jimmy, it's still him.
No, it wasn't me, he did it. Yeah, exactly. And then you're, screaming at her at the same time. Yeah, no, you got it.
Classic. It's been a while since I've been in court, but that sounds about right.
It's a kangaroo court. So anyway, our lovely guest, Mr. Jungamungum, are there any projects you got coming up? Any any new things that you're doing to indoctrinate the youth?
Yeah, we actually just started class. I've been showing them like hypnotizing videos about
Sissy
why drugs
hypno.
are cool.
Yeah, it's sissy hypno and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, you can say that. You can say the sissy hypno part.
Okay, yeah. I just don't want to incriminate myself. I gotta have some protection here in case this gets tied back to me.
Well, there's a little asterisk in the description that says every single word uttered in this podcast is a lie and not true, and is just for satire.
Gotcha. Yeah. No. Okay. We're good then. Yeah. No. No. That's all I'm doing.
Now, how are you doing it? Are you doing it like Clockwork Orange style? Like you're tying them up and you got the whole
little eyedroppers and stuff.
Yeah.
No. So you remember back in elementary school when teachers would say, "Hey, we're watching Bill Nye," and then roll out the VHS tapes. Yeah. I'm doing that.
Dude, that's probably not working. The kids are probably getting really fucking bored. You gotta have Subway Surfers on a separate screen while it's going.
You can only consume two forms of media at the same time.
You got the Subway Surfers, and you got somebody in the background narrating it really ineffectively.
That's
the same 7 things.
Dude, just AI narrators. Yeah.
There's this thing I actually saw recently that's really similar. That it's not sissy hypno, but a well-known American communist. I forget his name, but one of his videos came up recently, and it was an hour and a half VHS fucking video of this guy just getting really mad about Western civilization and politics and stuff. And apparently, in the comments, people were saying that they were seeing clips of this guy's speeches right above the Subway Surfers going, which is really funny to think of some red pill ass sees the means of production shit happening and someone's literally playing Subway Surfers and the kids are just okay.
It still baffles me that that's a thing that happens. I don't know. That was new to me when I started working at a high school level, and now every time I'm walking around the classroom, there's kids watching videos that have 8 things happening, and almost always Subway Surfer is one of them.
Yeah.
And every time they're I just it's hard to pay attention. I'm okay, so you put 8 things in front of you to make it easier? I'm yeah. That's what I do.
More stimulation, less think.
I guess maybe that's why kids are stupid.
Yeah, that's definitely why they're stupid.
Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, Matt, but Alan cuts approximately 50% of the content.
Only what incriminates him, though, right?
Yeah, no. So So there exists a supercut of everyone else saying the most offensive things under the sun, and just Alan just splices in reactions oh,
okay.
Whoa, you can't say that, dude.
Yeah, man, it's a different quality. I'm doing a voiceover.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Sam Owen, a couple episodes ago, he straight up got on here and started disowning the Holy Land or deny whatever the term is. He just came on here, started saying his piece about how much he hates Israel and everything they do, everything they stand for. He even said that the Jews killed Jesus, which isn't true. They didn't technically do that. And he just wouldn't stop. And I left all that in.
You're gonna leave it in for this one too.
Just rehashing old content.
Yeah, just in case you weren't aware from the last 3 episodes. Yeah.
I've been talking about the Sam thing literally since he was on. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything of the sort. But whenever I have to cut something out of the episode, because there's always something I have to cut, I just have a little intermission screen come up, so something was cut out, and that's when when it. Canon-wise, that's when he started going off on his tirade. Yeah, anyway, me talking about the show for 15 minutes aside, I had something really stupid happen today that I would like to share with you guys.
Let's hear it.
Because, I may be, an awesome podcast personality, but I'm still human, guys. I'm just like all of you. Stupid.
Oh.
So I was changing my oil today, right?
Oh.
I've changed my oil before. I know how to do it. Normally, my stepdad is at his house. He has like the jack and everything that I need for it. He's usually at his house when I change my oil. So I'm kind of getting supervision because I'm stupid. But this time, I did it when he was gone. I asked his permission. Everything. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, go ahead and use everything." And I had like, you know, the big oil containers that are like 5 quarts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 of them, and then I had a third one in my truck bed for some reason. Anyway, normally when you're changing your oil, you know, you got to fill it up with like one of those, like just one,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like all your engine needs. Keep in mind, in my possession, I had 15 quarts of oil, and and I only needed 5. So keep that in mind.
I'm keeping it.
I got it locked down.
So I put 2.5 containers of oil in my truck. And when I was driving, everybody's like, "Why is your truck shaking so much?" I'm like, I don't know. I think the oil's just got to settle in there. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's you know it's moving around and stuff, getting warm and shit. And I even like dropped her off at home and went to go get Taco Bell and shit because I did some other chores when I got home. And when I'm driving to Taco Bell, I'm like, okay, it's still shaking a little bit. I'm gonna look up. Why my truck shake after oil change while I'm in the Taco Bell drive-through? And it said probably put too much oil in it, among other things. And you know, my dumbass was like, okay, that makes sense. When I was pouring the oil in, I was like, man, it's really drinking this shit down. I would have thought it was gonna overflow or something, but no, it doesn't.
Baby.
No, there's really no way to gauge how much oil you're putting in there. You're the gauge. You just have to look at how much is in the container.
Well, it sounds like the gauge is if your truck shakes, that's too much.
Yeah.
But the truck's not. But the truck's not on. So how am I supposed to know if it shakes? If this truck's
Turn
not
that bitch on real quick.
Yeah. Like, oh, this is shaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it can cause some real bad engine damage if you leave that in there. So I had to go back to my stepdad's house because I was really, really worried about, you know, my truck being ruined. Because in the past I've put diesel in someone else's car. That was a long time ago though. I grew past it, but it was an ex-girlfriend's dad's car, which was fucking epic. That was like probably one of the worst days of my life. but
I'm gonna explain that one.
I mean, there was no really explaining. It's like, yeah, I put diesel in there, and I was apologizing to him, and he said he was like literally getting drunk as I'm telling him this, and he said, "It's all right, but tell me this: will you ever do it again?" I was like, "No, no, never, not as long as I live." But yeah, anyway. I go back to my stepdad's house to try to drain out some of this oil. The underside of my truck is so hot, every piece of metal, if I lightly touch it, burns me and leaves a fucking blister on me, and I'm like trying to, you know, drain this shit out into my little oil pan thing, or my stepdad's oil pan thing that catches all the oil. It took me forever to do that because when I stuck the dipstick in there and pulled it out, like, you know where the dipstick oil is supposed to be. It's that little section at the bottom, you know, where it's got the cross marks on it and stuff. Well, for me, the oil went halfway up the dipstick. So it took a while to drain that out. You know, after much hardship, I finally drained out the oil. I'm pretty sure I'm fine now. But this next part... No shaking. Okay, it does still tell me to change my oil when I start my truck. I don't know what that's about. You know, I'm sure that'll sort itself out.
I just did.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? It's got too much oil now. It's all clean. Anyway, yeah. So the oil pan thing that you catch the oil with, the oil goes inside of it. You can close it and shit. It's made of plastic, but pretty durable plastic. Well, anyway, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to take some of this oil that's in here because I have like so much filling this thing. I'm gonna take some of that oil and fill up some of the old empty Castrol things. So if he needs to change his oil, he can fill this thing up without having to, empty it because you take it to the parts house or whatever to recycle it. Well, as I'm dragging it, it springs a leak, and oil just starts spewing out of this thing, like dirty and clean oil, like in this thing, and it's got to have at least like 3 containers of oil in this thing. Like, so that's about 15 quarts of dirty oil now, and I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to plug up the hole and stuff, and I'm trying to grab one of these empty containers to like fill it up or whatever, so the oil's not just pouring into the ground or anything like that. But it made such a fucking big mess, and I was just kind of standing there, trying to hold the thing. The thing is heavy as fuck. I'm trying to hold it up and have it at an angle where it's pouring into the container, and there's like multiple leaks. It's coming out of multiple parts. There's grease all over my hands and shit. I can't even call anybody or even change the fucking annoying song that's playing because my phone's in my pocket. And yeah, it was a pretty rough time. And I called my stepdad right after that when I finally, got it to stop leaking. I had to run inside because they very luckily have a bunch of those tinfoil pans for like turkeys and shit. Well, they've been cooking a lot of birds, so they have a whole bunch of those on top of their fridge, and I like ran inside, can't touch anything. I grabbed that shit, trying to get the big ones that are underneath these medium-sized ones, fucking yank it to the ground because the longer I wait, the longer the fucking oil is just running. And yeah, he didn't get mad at me or nothing. He understood. I said, man, I'll buy you another one. Like, I'm my bad. And he's just like, oh man, no, I had that thing for 15 years. It's been dragging all over the place. Yeah, don't worry about it. Literally, I just got unlucky with it. But yeah, I spent, I wouldn't doubt, like probably 4 hours of my day just doing oil stuff for my truck.
I don't know why, but I have this like just distinct image of you just like standing in the garage, like head to toe, like dipped in oil, and your stepdad walks in, and you're just like, I can explain.
I can explain. No, there's no garage though, so I was just outside in the Florida heat while this is all happening. Not to mention being underneath the truck that's scalding hot because I had to change like my oil filter and stuff, and like literally everything that I touch is just scalding hot. So I have this rag that just barely keeps the heat away from me. But I don't know, how often you guys change your own oil filters.
But I don't.
Yeah,
oil, whenever you change the oil filter, because it's pointing straight up, right? Straight up to the sky. So you're reaching up and you're twisting that thing out, and when that seal breaks, as soon as that thing starts coming off, oil starts coming out around it, all down my hand, which has the rag, and now the rag is soaked with hot oil. Changing your oil sucks. When I moved down here last time, I got my oil changed at the Mattoon Walmart. Don't do that. Ever.
No, the Walmart's terrible.
Oh, yeah. God, no.
Yeah, well, I was like halfway through the country. I was like 2 hours away from anybody here and anybody close to me, like my dad. And my oil pressure gauge just kind of shot straight down, and my truck started beeping, and it was saying low fuel pressure or something like that, which it's never done before. And pretty much the screw underneath my truck came loose, so I just had oil falling out while I was driving down the highway in the middle of nowhere. And I had to diagnose the issue and figure out what was wrong.
Put on a stethoscope and everything. Talk to me, baby. What's going on?
I mean, that's how it feels for me because I don't know shit about cars, dude. Hence why I put like over 2 times the recommended amount of oil into my truck.
Now, Alan, when your hands were covered with oil, I gotta ask. Did you get like an intrusive thought like I could just lick my fingers clean? That thought ever crossed your mind?
No, no. I more
No?
thought about wiping it all over my clothes.
That's fair.
Oil doesn't look appetizing.
No.
Like okay, fresh oil, maybe. Fresh oil looks like raw honey, bro. But dirty oil is fucking brown.
Delicious. Got some chocolate going. Yeah.
Chocolate syrup.
Yeah. That's what I guess this gloop fell in at the Wonka factory. Dirty oil.
Motor oil.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
No, yeah, that's true. I was there.
No, he fell into that lake that all the Indians bathe in.
Oh,
the Ganges.
Oh, I almost said the Rhine. I know.
Oh yeah, those Indians in Germany.
It's a real problem there right here.
Now, completely unrelated, but so I've got a student that I recruited from Florida, and I'm pretty close with this student. It's fucking crazy though, because like the way she like speaks, just fucking makes me think. Like, I don't know if it's just like me, just like projecting or whatever, but I feel like she like has this kind of like weird, not like accent necessarily, but like a vernacular. It's kind of like close to how you talk, Alan, and it's like super fucking crazy. Like she'll say something, I'm like, God, that's just Alan would say it like that exact same like inflection.
I was really gonna say, some kind of joke that it was me or something like that, but then you say that this girl actually does things like me, and that's really strange. She sounds kind of chill though.
No, she's cool.
Ask her how she feels about deal finders, I guess.
Deal finders. Oh man, that's my Alan George. He's from Florida. I can't believe it. Wait, he did
whatever fucking Drew's character's name was. Calico
Jones. Yeah,
Calico
Jones. Yeah, exactly.
Calico Jones too. Oh my God, no way! Holy shit! Oh, he did fucking Whiskers of Fury. Ah!
Wow, dude, I can't. What some fan you are, Will? You can't even remember what everything is called.
No, dude, I remember the basic principles. All right, I remember.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Hold up. It's coming to me. I'm having a prophetic seizure. Yeah, got homeless people getting beaten up. An Alan classic.
You voice acted and you acted in the video. I even gave you the script before we filmed. I gave you the whole outline. I was like, what do you think of this, Will? You know cool stories. What do you think of this, buddy? And you're like, yeah, I'll read it later.
And you know what? Later came, my man.
Yeah, later came, and you were watching movies about girls in Hong Kong breaking into cops' apartments to clean it up and make them happy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, why can't Alan write a story like this?
Yeah, that would really keep my attention if you did something like that.
Oh man, beating up homeless people? We've done this before.
Beating up homeless people is like probably one of the funniest things in existence.
Yeah, that's why Bum Fights was so successful, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, Matt. Did you know that Alan was the cinematographer for Bum Fights?
Yeah, I didn't, but that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was just kind of like, I didn't want to say it, but I was waiting for somebody else to confirm that fact.
Yeah, I know. He's watch all of Bum Fights. A letter from Alan's name is included in the end credits. So first Bum Fights has A, and then you got to watch all of them spell Alan George.
Alan George. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch those. It's been a while since I've seen Bum Fights.
Have you ever actually watched Bum Fights though?
Like one time.
No way.
Yeah. That was back way back, like in middle school. You wouldn't get that. You went to Christian camp.
Right, we weren't allowed to watch homeless people.
But no, that was back in the day. That was back in the day when the police friends kids that I hung out with would be like, "Hey Matt, you ever heard of the Paint Olympics?" And I'd be like, "Haha, no, let's watch it." And like Two Girls One Cup, and I was like, "Haha, that sounds funny. Let's check it out." Miserable days. Miserable days.
Allegedly,
One cup.
allegedly
Okay.
the Paint Olympics isn't real. I just want to insert that in there. Allegedly, it might not be real.
I hope for everybody's sake in those videos that it's not.
Yeah, the videos of the guy cutting his dick up and shit.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I hadn't seen these videos, but you know what? That paints a pretty
We can.
picture. No,
Do you think we could link that in the Discord?
no, it's fine.
Yeah, if you find it, put it in the Discord. You know, you have full access to the Discord now. Make sure it's a thumbnail so Will can see.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you use your best of? Why don't you do a compilation?
I haven't seen the video either. It would be really upsetting though if like a well-endowed man decided to chop himself up. But you know,
me, not him.
Yeah,
you know that evens the playing field just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get rid of one of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of one of them.
You don't need them both, right?
You just cut out the center.
Statistically, that helps like everybody's chances in the world.
Yeah.
Like a really small fraction of a percentage.
Your chances of getting laid, go up just ever so slightly, and you know what?
Every time a guy chops his dick off. So I say let him.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was thinking back in like 6th grade when I was watching these people mutilate themselves. I was like, guys, you know what this means, right?
I'm gonna fuck.
I am gonna get laid.
My fellow Americans.
So hard.
And
Let me be clear.
Did you?
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting.
Don't act
got
like
a draft card.
Okay, whatever. like it doesn't sound like a bunch of rocks falling down in your room like every night.
Yeah, that's why every time you have sex with someone.
Yeah, the goo that
the sludge,
Yes, the victory sludge. Yeah.
Well, I felt so bad for you in the apartment.
Oh,
be
dude,
sitting
yeah.
on your laptop, and all of a sudden the black viscous fluid would come flowing under your door.
Yeah, dude, exactly. It was so crazy.
He's got to get up to go to the bathroom or something. He's like, oh, sludge again.
God fucking damn it. Yeah, so and that's the thing. It drained, like any living creature that touched the sludge had its life force drained, and so I'd be like, fuck, and I was trying to do homework and whatever because I was in grad school, and Matt would be in there fucking, so you without fail, just about every other day, just, and then the fucking oozing coming from underneath the door, the smoke and fog, the screams of the damned,
the fog of war that would envelop the whole house.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
I was a different man back then.
You're different, causing all kinds of chaos and mayhem.
Matt,
I've calmed down now. I'm a teacher.
What do you teach in school?
I teach culinary arts.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why I was thinking of you more. For some reason, you teaching fucking U.S. history or science or something, which would be unique to say the least.
No, I don't. The whole me getting this position was kind of weird, but I teach culinary arts. I run a restaurant with the kids, and I make them do all the work. I just sit down and play video games for 8 hours a day.
Damn, that sounds like what I do. I watched 3 movies the other day at work.
Yeah, fucking. I told Alan about this movie I watched, Chungking Express. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, this is pretty crazy." I'm like, "You're fucking watching it now?"
5 seconds.
He's at work.
Yeah, 5 seconds after he told me, but I finished The Sopranos. What am I supposed to do?
But that's the thing is that I remember you're sitting there yeah, I'm fucking just sitting here at work. I don't have anything to do. I might as well watch 3 movies.
And I did watch 3 movies. I watched The Disaster Artist after that.
Man.
Oh, that's on my list. I bought that a while ago. I just haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you haven't? Good. Yeah, it's pretty. It's a fun time.
I haven't.
I haven't seen the actual original The Room. I've seen
The Room.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Will, you've seen it, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen it 2 or 3 times.
I've seen the highlights, but I haven't watched it all together.
Well, I watched highlights, and that's kind of how I heard of it. And then, it was James Kimball, he had a bunch of people over at his house, and he was like, "You want to watch The Room?" And I was like, "Yeah." And man, it's bad. Half that movie is just them running down a street throwing a football.
Yeah, it's a movie about friendship and love.
That movie has my
And
favorite.
betrayal.
Yeah,
Oh,
betrayal.
that's true. That movie has my favorite interaction between two people ever, and like in any movie.
Which one is it?
It's at the very, very end when he's like buying something from like the store.
Oh, hi,
and-
doggy.
Yeah, hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Okay,
Oh, Johnny.
bye.
Oh, Johnny, I didn't recognize you.
Yeah,
You're my favorite customer, Johnny.
yeah. See, like that's the thing. Is like that happens. Like they say their lines so quick. You say it so quick. So it's like, oh, hi, doggy. And she's like, oh, Johnny, didn't recognize you. And he's like, oh, thank you. Okay, bye. You're my favorite customer. Okay, bye. And they just like he's done. You know.
Yeah, and the fucking the voiceovers too. The fact that so many of the lines are dubbed, it like adds such an uncanny feeling to much of the scenes.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
God. See, I don't know. Like,
What a masterpiece.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, you know, there are like movies, right? Like, you know, get like your Mystery Science Theater 3000,
Oh,
where
I love it.
it's funny because of the commentary, you know. But like, the movie is not like Manos Hands of Fate, like best episode by far.
Oh yeah.
But like, I wouldn't say that The Room was like by itself so bad it was funny. Like, it really depends on like the people like you're watching it with. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like Nostalgia Critic telling you why it's bad makes it even funnier than it would have been.
Yeah.
In the Disaster Artist, when they're actually showing the movie, when Tommy has this whole moment of like, they hate my movie, and then turns around and is like, okay, it's fine that it's a comedy, whatever. Like, at the end, when Johnny's about to kill himself when they're watching the movie, the crowd literally starts going, do it, do it, do it, and then they hear when he kills himself. Which, I don't know if that's what actually happened on opening night, but holy shit, if that's the case.
What a tragic man. What a tragic life.
And she's just gone forever.
Tommy Wiseau is like super rich too, and nobody knows where he got the money. The Room he allegedly spent $6 million on.
See, I feel like there's no way.
He had a billboard up for the movie for like 3 years, and it had his phone number on it to RSVP, like for tickets, and it would go straight to his cell phone. It would pretty much just be like, "Hey, you coming to movie? All right, cool. See you there."
Yeah, this may sound a little mean, so I'm looking up Tommy Wiseau right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did either of you watch the original Men in Black?
Yeah.
With like Vincent D'Onofrio gets like taken over by that bug. Tommy Wiseau looks like him after the bug like crawls in his skin.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was mean. I don't know if you know this, but Tommy Wiseau is one of our top listeners.
Hey, well, I didn't say like, hey, don't tell him. I'm just like, that's my interpretation of him.
I don't watch no more.
Alan's got to cut off this.
No, Tommy, it's okay. Tommy, please.
No, it's God. It's God.
He's just joking.
Tommy, the asterisk, it's all satire.
God, it's not real.
You're a beautiful man.
All fake.
You're tearing me apart, Matthew.
I loved you. Now, I will say. Now, have you guys ever experienced like, I don't know, maybe like an event or an experience that causes like time to dilate? Like, for example, we were watching. Alan was there for this, I think. Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, that was the one and only time I was allowed to pick movies for movie night.
Yeah, because you always pick the worst possible like fucking.
Battlefield Earth felt like it was 30 minutes long.
What? No, dude. Battlefield Earth felt like it was 6 hours long, and I'm not even.
It felt like both, but it was definitely light out when we started the movie, and then dark when it was over. And
I will agree with Will. Like every time the movie was like ending, it started up brand new.
God, yeah.
Oh my god.
what was the movie about,
I'm very
bro?
sorry. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Something.
I couldn't get past fucking John Travolta's big head, bro. His big dread head.
I think John Travolta saw Coneheads and just said, "I want to make a movie like that."
Yeah, but serious.
It's a serious Coneheads movie.
Coneheads, yeah. Dude, there was one movie night that we did. I don't remember what it was, but we watched. It was like with Dwayne. It was a movie with like Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh, fucking Walking. That was a rage movie. Walking Tall.
Yeah.
I said Walk Hard.
Yeah, that's a different movie.
Yeah,
dude, fucking Walking Tall, whatever it was. Fucking that movie lasted 15 minutes, and then honestly, I don't know what happened. But like the movie that came after that has completely like left my memory. I have no idea what we fucking watched after that.
Me either, but I remember that the movie after that felt like hours long.
Yeah.
What was that? Battlefield Earth?
No. There's no way we watched both. It's crazy because we watched like an SCP movie that like we can't perceive. But I remember that the second movie literally felt like it was 4 hours long and it just wouldn't stop. But Walking Tall, he walks around, he threatens some gang members or whatever. He gets a fucking 2x4 and he starts beating people up and it's over.
Yeah, that's literally the entire movie.
And wait, wasn't who was with it? Was it Johnny Knoxville or was it Sean William Scott?
Johnny Knoxville. Dude,
what a fucking weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
I have never like those two movies. I think occupy the spectrum of like time manipulation. Like Walking Tall, like was probably about like hour and a half, like maybe hour 45. Felt like 30 minutes. Battlefield Earth probably 2 hours long. Felt like 9.
Walking Tall probably just had really good editing. And it has the type of editing that for some reason like gives you the neuron activations that make you just like, ride the roller coaster of the movie. Whereas, the other movie didn't. It's weird. Maybe they were on the same day. Who knows? Maybe I'm just like forgetting.
I don't know.
Because I was mixing them up and thinking that the Battlefield Earth was like the 30-minute movie.
No, I was like Battlefield Earth for sure. Like about 20 minutes into that movie, or hell, it might have been like 4 hours. It's hard to recount. I started feeling really bad that I even suggested it, and by the time the 6 hour mark hit, I was like contemplating just going into the bathroom and like taking my own life because I subjected people to this.
You could have just picked the movie out. You could just be like, hey, does anybody else still want to watch this? Because this is kind of boring.
See, dude, like I'll be honest with you. Like I think that I like started getting a headache from nothing other than just like having to watch this movie.
That's kind of how that French movie I watched the other day. The same day I watched that Hong Kong movie you suggested. The French movie Emily or whatever had so many things happen that I felt like I was watching it for an entire day because the plot is so. I don't know, the plot doesn't show itself until like probably halfway through the movie, and then once that plot thread starts in motion, it just kind of keeps going until the very end. So this girl has like some Matilda type feeling about her. She's not magical, but she wants to help the people around her, and she's French. Okay,
Vic.
So she helps all the people around her in various quirky ways, and just acts very quirky, and then says French stuff. Yeah. And then there's a narrator that shows up sometimes that does storybook narration or whatever. She eventually finds some guy that she likes, and instead of approaching the guy and talking to him and then making out and then credits roll, she devises the most complicated roundabout scheme of getting him to like her by leaving clues for him in various locations, going to places that he works and asking about him and shit. just all sorts of stuff where he's got to follow like literal arrows on the ground and stuff like that to go up to one of those viewfinder things. The viewfinder, he goes and he looks back where he started at, and fucking there she is in a disguise, pointing to a phone, and he's got to go all the way back down there, get to the phone, the payphone that's ringing, obviously for him. He answers it, and then she asks him some weird, stupid question. And then he gets this book back that he lost, that she found and gave back to him. And in the book, she's like, "Open up to page 53," and then hangs up. And then there's like 5 pictures in a row with different words written on her body in various spots, saying, "Do you want to meet me?" Right? You following?
Yeah.
He's obviously like, "Oh yeah." So he, follows the directions that are left there, which is to go straight to go to her work at some specific time. Okay.
Okay.
He shows up at her work, and she's also there. And she doesn't talk. No, she chooses to not talk to him and gets scared. And then ends up doing more roundabout shit. I forget what happens in between then and later, because one of her coworkers actually tries to take him on a date or some shit like that. And he comes up to her door of her house at one point. I don't know how this happens, but she's all defeated in her house, like, I'm never going to find love, or however French people talk. I don't know. He knocks on her door. She doesn't answer because she's just a freak. She puts her head on the door, and then it shows that he's got his head on the door too. He writes a fucking note, it's like, "I'll be back," or some shit like that. She sees him leave. She gets a call on the phone from her neighbor who has glass bones. He says, "What are you?" He says, "What are you doing? You deserve to be happy. Go get him," or something like that. So then she goes to open her door because she's going to go run after him. Uh-oh! She runs right into his arms. And then they start making out. And then it shows that...
Does she run into Glass Bones guy's arms and shatter them?
No. The guy that she likes. The Glass Bones guy...
Gotcha.
He lives in a different apartment in the same building where he's able to see her room among other people's rooms because he's a nosy weirdo, but he's got glass bones and he paints the same painting every fucking year. There's a lot of things I haven't told you about this story because it's weirdly interwoven. It's got like a Wes Anderson feel because it names off lots of particulars about lots of people, about things they like and dislike. But anyway, yeah, she runs directly into the guy she likes' arms. Somehow he's back, even though she saw him literally at the bottom of the fucking street through her window. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they start making out, right? And it cuts to the Glass Bones guy. He's got this stupid dullard guy from earlier in the story who's not important enough to, talk about. Well, he's got a CCTV camera, or a camera that's connected to a TV in his house. And this guy, for some reason, is zooming in on them when they're in the room together. And then the Glass Bones guy's like, "What are you doing, you silly?" Yeah, then they bang and it's over.
I feel like I don't watch movies anymore.
That movie, yeah. See, so
what's this called?
It's called Amélie. It's an entirely French movie. So not only are all these things happening, but you have to read the subtitles.
Now, Matt took French in high school.
So did you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, say something in French.
Oui.
Hey, what's going on?
Parlez-vous français?
I'm from fucking France. Holy shit.
Sacre bleu.
Suck me blue.
Now, I watched a movie.
Good. I fucking didn't even watch a movie.
I don't know watch movies. I just read Allen scripts.
You don't even do that.
I know. I'm inducting too. I watched.
Let me know when you beat Promise Consort Radon. Let me know when that happens.
Listen, dude.
I haven't started. Well, I started the DLC, but I'm like 2 minutes in.
It's really good. It's a fun DLC. That final boss is stupid.
You'll like it. I told you.
I told you the DLC's cool.
I was telling Alan and Brody last episode, but I act like I don't like any like FromSoft games. I'm just like really good at them.
He's not.
I am.
No, I guarantee you're not, because you don't have enough poise. And if you have,
you don't mean that.
No, I mean that. I mean that.
No.
You're a good guy, but you don't have enough poise, and therefore you get staggered.
He's a good guy, tremendous guy. He doesn't have the poise to
He doesn't have the poise. He gets staggered, but he's a good guy nonetheless.
I like him. Tremendous guy.
Not like me. My poise is tremendous.
99.
It's the highest amount of poise.
Who cares about fat rolling? We don't roll.
I take all the hits like a champion, like a true American.
Oh, and Will, he's light rolling. He's light rolling, but he's rolling away from the attacks, and he's getting hit. He's getting caught.
Not even Havel has poise like I do. Okay, all right, everybody.
He doesn't use faith builds. All right, he doesn't know how to use faith builds.
Look at it! Oh, look at him! Look at him! He's getting heel punished right now. Oh, he thought he could heal right now? Yeah, fat chance, nerd. Now he's staggered. Now he's on the ground. Oh, great.
What can I say? I guess you need to get good.
Yeah, there's nothing get good about the final boss of the DLC. It's like, you pretty much have to find the cheese method. I mean, you can like guard counter and shit, I guess, but I always run builds where I don't use shields. And that boss made me have to use a shield, and that made me a little angry.
Yeah, I'm nervous because I started a new game to do the DLC, and I'm a faith build. And that DLC is kicking my ass.
Okay, well, if you're a faith build, exchange that for dragon attacks.
I have a few, but
I have a few.
I use a few of them.
I use a couple of my dragon attacks.
Actually, Alan, I use rot breath. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think that Geo Flame is a little bit better. Maybe the Frost Breath. Maybe do the
Alan, if you think I'm going to exchange out my Frost Lightning attack, you've got another thing coming.
There's actually a Path of the Dragon type thing in the DLC, which is sick because that's what Elden Ring was missing.
Is that the one that turns you into the dragon?
You get to be a dragon.
Yeah.
Will, when you hear that you can be a dragon in Elden Ring, what does that make you think? Like, what do you think it plays and looks like?
Rule 34 fan fiction. That's what it plays.
Ooh, I was expecting you to say like the bad dragon dildos or something.
Give like a real opinion, because that's not how.
Like an actual answer. Okay.
Yeah. If I told you could play as a dragon, you could be a dragon in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
How do you think that would change up the gameplay, and what do you think that you would look like when you are in dragon form?
I would think that like you would probably, I don't know, like you'd have more magic, I guess, or like better magic, different kinds of magic. I imagine there's like a lot of like magic and like melee like mixed into that sort of play style. And then like you probably look like some kind of like fucked up demon, because no like people in those games look, normal. So you probably have like a normal human body, but some kind of like fucked up dragon head or whatever.
Wow, you're surprisingly close.
You're pretty close.
Except for the extra magic and fight moves, you actually just turn into a grotesque-looking humanoid dragon.
Oh,
and
it's like if somebody had eczema and they just refused to treat it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
so
and you also have a dog phase.
Yeah,
like I do, or in the game.
Also,
I hate you.
Elden Ring has very beautiful character creator. you should take back what you said about the characters in FromSoft games looking ugly.
Yeah.
You obviously haven't
apologize.
seen. Obviously haven't seen the Spider Queen from Dark Souls 1. She's kind of nice looking.
Quelaag.
Yeah. See, I totally remembered the name. Yeah, that's right. It's Quelaag.
Oh man,
You can't pray.
dude, Quelaag, and then right after that, you have to fight Ceaseless Discharge.
Dude,
oh,
fuck
man.
Ceaseless Discharge. I've been playing Demon Souls remake recently. There are so many fucking boss fights that are like Ceaseless Discharge where I can't fucking get it to trigger the right movement, and I die.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get how I fuck up Ceaseless Discharge so many times. You shouldn't die once. But here I go, getting fucking cooked the whole time because he just doesn't want to jump and grab the fucking cliff. Sorry, a bit of a rant. If Michael Zaki was here right now, though, I would kiss him on the mouth, wet style. I don't care.
Thank you, Alan, for playing my game. It's me, Michael Zaki.
Michael Zaki here. Thank you, Alan.
Reporting in.
Michael Zaki, please buy the Bloodborne IP back. Please, man, you gotta do something with it. Please.
No can do, Sonny.
Sony owns it, they're not gonna do anything.
I hate
Zaki.
Bloodborne.
Michael Zaki's turning into my guy here.
Dude, Michael Zaki.
Sorry, Alan, no can do.
Why don't you use your Tai Jutsu?
Come on, Alan, just use your Tai Jutsu and make Bloodborne 2 for Daddy.
Alan can't use any Genjutsu or Ninjutsu.
So I put training weights on him. Because it's funny.
Dude, your impression is spot on, Matt.
Thank you. A lot of nights alone, sitting in a mirror, talking to myself.
Cranking it, yeah.
Oh yeah,
You can do it, Matt.
Speaking
of father, I would sit there and be like, "My guy, please help me. You can do it, Matt. All you gotta do is unleash that Tai Jutsu, unlock the 8 inner gates, and kick some ass."
Gate of pain, open!
We were gonna have an ad roll for you to read because we do that on most episodes, but I didn't write it in time because Will wrote the last one. I was gonna write this one. Because we always have an ad for a guest, but I could give you the prompt and you could spit something from the dome if you want to.
I guess I'm not.
This man don't spitting.
I don't know, Matt. Like last time I had you spit from the dome, it was an amazing 3-episode saga that didn't make any sense at all, but it was very lovely.
Was that the segment of me in the shower fully clothed and then me talking about how I'm not allowed to see my kids without my parole officer?
Yeah, this is this is actually kind of in the same vein as that because the only thing that I wrote in my notes for this ad was a parole officer tracker.
Okay.
So you're able to track your parole officer so you can avoid him.
So I know where to hide and how to find my kids.
yeah, because you got. I mean, it's useful to know where your parole officer is.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need some time to ruminate before I'm.
Go ahead, monkey, dance. Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't have anything written this time. I was a little too stupid, and I fucking overfilled my truck like twice.
He's watching Markiplier YouTube videos about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I was playing.
Hey, is this the Bite of 87?
I was playing Security Breach today, actually, and I was looking at the time. I was like, how long do I have till the podcast?" And it was like 6:40. I was like, "Shit." Security Breach. I was really expecting it to be like a real game.
Is it not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game, but like it feels and looks like it was made for babies. It doesn't scare me one bit. It does scare Avery because she's able to get immersed in horror games when I'm like a cold, unfeeling reptile most of the time. Because I'm the danger. Like, when all the lights are off in my house, I don't feel scared because I'm
the dominant critter.
They're locked in there with you.
Exactly. And they'd be a fool to lock themselves in a room with me. But, yeah, the game has some of the worst enemy pathing. The stamina bar works like the Skyrim health bar, which I hate. I hate dual scrolling health bar.
Gotcha.
I would rather it be a straight line and not have it spread out because it looks twice as big. There's lots of moments in the game where I have to play like a pseudo OG FNAF, where I'm in a room and I have to run back and forth and check cameras on my little Faz watch to shut doors to keep the animatronics out. It doesn't work nearly as fun as the original game did, because in the original game you don't have to run back and forth, you just have to look.
How does it tie into the movie?
It doesn't. The rabbit lady, the rabbit lady is in the game. So in in Security Breach, instead of the original story where all of the animatronics are possessed by dead children's souls or something, in Security Breach, they're just full-on glam rock robots with their own personalities. Sometimes you can get inside of Freddy's chest and walk around as Freddy. I don't know why Freddy is good in this game, but he likes Gregory and he wants to help him. You're stuck inside a ginormous pizzaplex. It's like a fucking mall. There's like 50 different security tags that you need to get through places. You can't jump over anything. You're just on this rigid fucking little racetrack trying to get around. They got rid of Bonnie. They have a fucking alligator now. There's this security officer lady who is the security officer lady from the movie. Vanessa, Vanessa or whatever her name is. Well, in this game, she's stupid and evil, and she puts on a rabbit costume sometimes and just kind of runs around. She can see you through walls.
She sometimes puts on a rabbit outfit?
Yeah, like the first time I see her in the game, she catches me and then puts me in a timeout room pretty much, and then leaves me in there so she can go put on her rabbit costume. So I'm able to find a screwdriver to open up this big Gregory-sized vent, and as soon as I get out the vent, she's just like skipping around in her rabbit costume, and her rabbit costume fucks up your vision so much you can't see what you're doing. It's it's crazy. The game is pretty wacky, pretty weird, and it reminds me of like that Hello Neighbor game because it's a game kind of made for babies. You know, I don't know where I'm going most of the time. Like the game, literally Freddy will talk to me on my little, Faz communicator watch or whatever. Say, Gregory, you have to go up to the Roxy Racers. Come find me there. And I'm like, oh, okay. I look around. There's signs for everything all over the place. So many of the walkways are blocked off. Can't fucking find them. There's no marker anywhere on the map or anything like that. It literally just says, like, the objectives will just say find Freddy or some shit like that. I've had to, like, I've had to look up guides for this game multiple times because, like, my brain's too smooth and I guess I just can't figure things out on my own.
How to play game?
It's crazy because I play like FromSoft games and shit like that have really complicated quests and shit, and I was playing Cyberpunk recently and just fucking the Five Nights at Freddy's game is too sophisticated for me.
Yeah, sorry you brought up Cyberpunk. I actually just started playing that again. I bought the DLC.
Dude, it's so
I'm
gas.
finally gonna play the DLC.
It's so
the
gas.
DLC's great.
I got it on my PS5 and I enjoy the fuck out of the game now. I'm really happy with it. The DLC, for me, a little weird. I mean, I like the concept of Dogtown. I think all the clothing vendors don't have cool enough shit for my character, but that's just because my character is literally just Johnny Silverhand. Anytime he tells me to do anything, I'm like, aye, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Literally, there's a mission I'm hanging out with a lady, and, she's, like, really liking V or something like that, and Johnny's just like, can we go now? this girl annoys the shit out of me. I'm like, all right, let's get out of here.
All right, buddy.
Now, the superior build in that game is katana,
Yeah.
and that's the only weapon you use. That's it.
That's actually what I'm doing now. Have either? What was my first playthrough and this playthrough? Have either of you tried to do an intelligence playthrough?
Or like hacking?
Quick hacking and
Yeah,
stuff?
like quick hacks.
Dude,
Actually,
I have a quick hack where you can make people kill themselves.
That's exactly it. So I did a build where the only form of attacking I did was quick hacks, and it's like crazy weird because it feels like you're just some kind of weird space wizard who shows up and then everybody starts killing themselves. It's fucking wild. Like,
oh shit, easier, better kill myself.
Yeah, but like I'd show up in places like I wouldn't even do stealth. I'd walk in and like I'd quick hack the closest guy to me. But with like how you can spec it, you can infect like 40 people in the building, and so all of a sudden, like through walls, up and down like floors, you'll see like the little quick hack symbol, and all of a sudden you'll hear like small like arms fire going off, and you'll walk to the building like everybody's dead.
That's crazy. I don't have that much intelligence.
But like, I put everything into intelligence, and it was so fun.
I like reflex and cool because I just kind of jump around and fucking chop people up, throw my little katana knife at them too. I have Johnny's gun now, but dude, somebody starts shooting at me, all I have to do is just deflect their bullets right back at them. They fucking kill themselves.
Mm.
Now, I will say that like I don't know, Alan, if you with your like katana build, if you use the Sandevistan as like your implant, but if you do, Matt, if you ever like get a Sandevistan like from the anime.
Oh, I haven't seen the anime.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
So like,
it's so good, Matt. It's so good.
It really is super good.
I've been told. I don't have Netflix.
I'll give you my Netflix.
Well, I might mooch off Maddie. Don't tell her she's in the other room.
Mooch offer. It's like 9 episodes, bro. It's a good show.
Oh god, yeah, it's by Trigger.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
I do love Studio Trigger. I do want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it.
But so the Sandevistan is this implant that essentially like slows down time. So it makes the katana build super fucking good.
Isn't that in the base game? Because like I've had that before. I'm pretty sure it is. Well, the anime is based on the game, so yes. Like the board games and all that.
I think they.
I'm pretty sure that's original.
I think they added it after Edgerunners.
So yeah, cause, like I did a build like years, like the year the game came out, and I'm pretty sure there was. It may not be the Sandevistan, but there was an implant that slows time for you.
Yeah, sure. there's one that whenever enemies are about to notice you, it slows down time. But Sandevistan literally gives you like 30 seconds of just free roam in the world before people even see you. The only drawback is the Sandevistan, like, I think it either overrides your ability to quick hack or something
you can't
like
quick
that.
hack. If you have the Sandevistan, you can't use quick hacks.
I'm pretty sure that's in the base game.
Well, either way,
I don't know, they're crazy.
Like seriously, do a katana build. Get the Sandevistan. It's a lot of fucking fun. You essentially just become a little ninja god. Slowing down time, chopping people up, and then bing, bang, boom.
I like the concept of people seeing me, though. I like the concept of like them trying to best me in combat with their weapons, and I just deflect it back at them and chop their heads off. For me, it's more about the message.
Yeah.
See, I also like
money.
I'm still just in that mindset of like I have a little bit of intelligence, but I just want to go full intelligence again because it's really just kind of funny, like walking into a building and everybody's like, "Oh fuck, better kill ourselves."
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna take you're literally serial experiments lane when you go into the building.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. If you ever play Baldur's Gate 3, definitely save like a strength like monk build for like later on.
I did that first.
Yeah, see that I'm gonna be honest with you, Matt. That like almost ruins the game because you're never gonna have more. You're never gonna have more fun being like a tavern brawler monk in Baldur's Gate 3 than you are with any other class. Like you just do so much damage if you get like like the best equipment for it, and it's just like I don't know. It just every other class just doesn't feel as fun as being tavern brawler monk. With you.
Monks just go crazy, dude. I actually haven't played it but it's like the closest to D&D as a game as you can get, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It is. Well, it's funny you mention that because Maddie and I actually started playing it like it might have been like a week ago, and that game is still it's so good. I haven't beaten it, but we're going through, and I think we were doing a druid.
Ooh, nice.
This time around, so
Druid was the first class I did. I think I did Druid of the Moon, which has like more.
Bear?
Yeah, so it gives you like more shape shifting options like later on as you like level up. So it gets some that's exclusive to that subclass. Like you turn into like elementals.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just started that and we've been playing it.
This is unrelated, but Will, did I tell you about when I gave these dudes a ride home from the bar recently?
No.
This was a couple of weeks ago. This is just going to add to the crackhead experiments that I do sometimes in the episodes, because we're just talking about games now, and we're just like jerking each other off, like, oh, dude, it's so good. Yeah. Oh, man. But there's these guys that I had met one of them before. You know, I had interacted with him and stuff. He's like kind of a mutual friend or whatever. And I was talking to him. He's like starting a new band or something like that. I was familiar with his prior band. And I'm like, hey, dude, I play bass. You need a bassist, hit me up or whatever. So I ended up hanging out with these dudes for a good portion of the night, purely just off of that, see if I, got along with these guys well enough. Well, apparently they didn't have a car, and I had to they asked me to give them a ride home, and I was like, oh, yeah, sure. They live kind of near to me or whatever. But, fucking, one of the things that the dude said when I was in the truck with him is that this other person I know there thinks he's a Nazi or something, and he didn't really explain that. He just said that he made a joke or something. That person unironically thinks he's a Nazi. Pretty weird. Other than that, nothing too crazy about like what he said too much. He seemed like a pretty manipulative guy in general. Was just that type of personality. But anyway, I have these two Taco Bell taco vouchers in my truck, right? In a little pouch thing that's like connected to one of my air vents. And the day after I, gave them a ride, when I'm getting ready to go to work, I noticed that my little pouch thing is sitting on my seat, and one of the vouchers is missing. And I don't know what to think, like whether he stole it or what. But his buddy texted me like a couple days after that, asking like, hey, would you want to like come try to jam after work or something? And I just didn't answer him because I'm like, this guy stole my taco voucher.
Oh. That reminds me of that, I don't know if you remember that time that I worked at Pagliacci's, and I ended up like escorting these two random guys around Charleston because they were like stuck in town.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking them like to Walmart, and then like they didn't have their IDs, so I had to like exchange things on their behalf to get them cash. And like eventually I just got to a point I was like, guys, like can I just drop you somewhere? I want to go home. And so I dropped them off at a Taco Bell. I gave them a whole like pizza that I stole from the buffet line. I said, you guys have a great night.
What the fuck?
It was just like it was just like the weirdest thing because they like I'm like 19 at the time, and they see me at Casey's gas station over in Charleston there, and they're like, hey, can you like drive us around to like get some money? Our car broke down, we don't have enough for gas, and we need to get home. And I was like, sure, I'll help you. It's like 2.5 hours of driving them around trying to like get them money and stuff. I'm like, can I drop you somewhere? I'll give you pizza. Like, I'm sorry, I can't help anymore, but I just want to go home.
Yeah, those guys got ate by wildebeest after that.
They probably did.
Yeah, the Charleston the Charleston Chewer or whatever caught him. Like as soon as you turned your back, the fucking Charleston Chewer fucking like snatched him, bro. Their fate was entirely in your hands, and that's what you did about it.
I killed them because I didn't want to continue driving them around to get gas money.
No, you can't make a 19-year-old do anything for too long. I mean, shit.
Yeah. But like, I I agreed, like, take the brown. I was like, look, I don't have any money. I can't give you any money. I can drive you around. I'm happy to do that.
Sorry, man.
At a certain point, too, like, I remember I was sitting there driving around, and I was like, I'm starting to feel like these guys just kidnapped me, and they're using me as a personal chauffeur. And I was like, all right, hey, guys, here's some pizza. We'll call it square. Let me leave. I won't tell anybody.
Tell anybody what? You didn't do anything. You just drove him.
But they kidnapped me.
Kidnapped you.
But you were driving.
Yes.
What you got there, girl? What the hell? What the fuck?
How's traveling for work, Will?
I don't start traveling until the end of August.
I thought you were already doing it.
No, it doesn't typically start until around September, I would say. I'm going to be in St. Louis for a conference, and then I'm going to... Yeah, he was playing U of I in football.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to that game. I'm driving from St. Louis back here to Charleston, and then driving up to Champaign after that. It'll be a long fucking day. Also, I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see this about the fucking Social Security getting hacked?
What?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, so apparently, varying reports, either hackers may have stolen the Social Security numbers of every American, or it's 2.9 billion people, both dead and alive.
What?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
You know, I don't know.
I knew a guy who took a job in cybersecurity for the government. It was probably his fault.
Yeah, he's probably shit. But yeah,
See, Will, you go on the internet and use your credit card one time, and all of a sudden, everybody's Social Security gets leaked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. You know what? That's what I get for trusting the internet.
The one time you decide to say, "Hey, I'll make that purchase on Amazon."
No, my Social Security number.
I'll just change it. No big deal.
Yeah, but do you remember the password?
Ah, fuck. Got here somewhere.
You
But
just capture.
but yeah. So that happened.
Oh, that's news to me.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, it happened back in April.
Oh well. What can you do then? That's old news.
Yeah. But I guess the reason why it's getting brought up now is because someone's like, hey.
You remember the government didn't do nothing about that? Remember?
So apparently this guy was like, hey, my Social Security number got leaked. How this happened? And someone, I think it was they hacked National Public Data or something like that, which is used for background checks.
Oh wow, background check, the super secure thing that they got. Wow. Yeah, maybe they should stop background checking people.
Trust me, bro.
It's the government's fault. Now, man, it says here that 4 years ago you slimed an old woman?
Yeah, man. I was in college. I was young and dumb. Sometimes you make bad decisions in the heat of the moment. But she propositioned to me in that McDonald's. What was I going to say? No.
Hey, what's up, slime?
Slime.
And you're just like,
I was like, how did you know? Who told you? Oh God, that got me thinking about this. So, Will, you remember some of my fraternity guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, so we were hanging out this this last week because one of our members passed away in a car crash. And so we were all together, and I don't know how the fuck we got on the topic of it, but a buddy of mine, I'm not going to say names, he might be listening.
It was the car.
But he had photos of the deceased member, but it was him with his balls out next to the other member's face. And he was just showing everybody pictures of his balls, and I was like, okay, all right.
Classic.
I didn't realize I didn't realize the one time I was going to see his balls was at his funeral.
Oh my god.
And so we went out to dinner and we were at Ike's, and it was really funny because at Ike's while we were drinking, he just brought the phone out and was like passing around the bar, being like, "Yeah, this is my buddy's testicles."
He's dead now. It's the only time you can see those.
And some of the other guys in the fraternity were just sitting there chanting, "Yeah, big ball penis man, big ball penis man."
Big
Just
ball
kept chanting it.
Big ball
Penis man.
What are they going to chant for you when you die?
Oh my god. I hope they release all the victory goo that I've ever made in my entire life, and that's all that happens.
The giant vat.
The giant vat. We're gonna wipe out the eastern seaboard.
I got a cauldron brewing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the flesh that hates, except it's the sludge that consumes. I don't know.
Sludge that always wins.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because it's victory sludge. Exactly, it's the sludge that always wins.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab another drink.
I think honestly we're about to wind this down because we're at an hour and a half almost. Yeah, how about you
get
just...
I'll hang up.
Let us finish off with a monologue from you.
From me?
Yeah, I mean, you're the guest,
Oh my
and
God.
I keep talking over you. Will keeps talking over you.
Mm-hmm.
What should I say?
It's your monologue.
No,
Oh man,
Matt,
hang on. What's up?
I got it. You ready? You're gonna recite General Patton's speech to the Third Army. Whatever that means to you, you do it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure it goes something like this. Hang on. I'll do it in the Mike Guy voice. I'm gonna tell you something important now, so you better dig the wax out of those huge ears of yours and listen. The reputation of Team Gurren echoes far and wide when they talk about its badass leader, the man of indomitable spirit and masculinity. They're talking about me, the mighty commoner. That's what Patton said, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Oh man, thank you.
That was, good job.
Thank you.
We have to do something a little unorthodox this time too, because you know what we didn't do this whole hour and a half we've been recording.
Oh no way we didn't.
The intro. We didn't do the intro, bro.
No.
So repeat after me. Just so you know, Matt, the podcast is called "Who Cares," right? And we're gonna say "Who Cares" on 3, okay? All in unison.
Wait. We say "Who cares" or like we say a name?
All of us
say "Who cares."
We say "Who cares." Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Who cares?